Hi everyone, welcome to Inside Dance. I'm Suri Serano, and with me today is the incredible Allison Holker.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I'm so excited that you're here. Thanks for being here. So, I'm really excited to sit down with you. I've been as soon as I found out that I got to sit down and talk with you, I couldn't wait. Let's start with where you came from, Utah.
Yeah, I grew up dancing in Orem, Utah, which I feel like is a huge dance community. So many dancers come out of there. It's a very small town, I'll tell you that, but I feel like if you are a girl, I feel like 90% of the time you're gonna dance, which makes the competition really high out there, as there's so many dancers. I grew up at the dance club, which is a very well-known dance studio, so I feel very lucky that at the age of 11, I got like a very high curriculum of dance, you know, in ballet, tap, jazz, contemporary, hip hop. Across the board, we had to do everything.
What is it about Utah? I know there's so many amazing dancers that come out of there. Is it just there's a number of studios? Like, what is it?
I think it is because there's such a high number of studios, there's such a level that is expected now. You know, each studio has about 300-400 kids at least. You know, but then they kind of escalate to about 600 kids at some studios. You know, so you're competing every weekend, you're ceiling like the talent, and it's just amazing. In fact, at my high school, I went to school with Randy Lynn Strong, James Twileva, Molly Gray, Chelsie Hightower. I mean, they were all in the same dance team as I. So even though all of us grew up at different dance studios, we danced together at high school, which I find a very interesting fact for people to find out about us.
It's crazy. It's like a feeder program, right, to LA from Utah. So you would never expect that. So you trained there from 11 until what age?
Until I was 18. But you know, not only did I get to train at the dance club, but I traveled with a dance convention that was called New York City Dance Alliance. I was one of their what we call Dance Alliance babies, you know, so every single weekend from a very young age, I traveled, and those teachers became my teachers because I was their assistant, which is it's a very, very hard job. You know, you're dancing all day long for 7 hours a day. You know, you're working your bum off, and you're killing yourself out for those choreographers, but it's amazing training. And I was working with Travis Wall, Jamie Goodwin, Danny Tidwell, Teddy Forens, all these people I was with every single weekend.
What some people might not know is to get that assistant position, it's a very privileged thing. You have to be picked. You know, they have to see the talent in you and everything else, and right? Correct?
Yeah. You know, when I was 16, I won New York City Dance Alliance national title. And so from there I went on to be their assistant, you know, and then they hired me later, you know, because, you know, I feel that they liked the talent that I was bringing and the quality of work I was bringing, being their assistant, so they just kept me on board, which was the best gift I could have ever asked for. I still now teach for dance conventions. I teach for Hollywood Vibe, and I think it's amazing training because at your dance studio, you know, you really get to learn the basis of work. You get to learn basic ballet, tap, jazz, you know, you should really get a good firm basic, you know? But when you go on the convention, you're now gonna learn like so many different styles, and you have to be quick on your feet, and you have to be willing to put yourself on the line. So I think me being able to have that type of training really got me to where I'm at now.
What age were you when you realized, I wanna do this Hollywood thing. I wanna have a real dance career?
It's interesting because I didn't even know that my career was going to end up in Hollywood. I never had that in my eyes. I didn't even know about that because if you think when I was growing up in the dance world, we didn't have So You Think You Can Dance. There was not a Dancing with the Stars. There were hardly dance movies coming out at that time. Dance was very underground when I was growing up. But I'll tell you what got me into dance. I was 11 years old, and my older sister, Jessica Holker, she is a dancer. And Mia Michaels created her first company, and it was called Mia Michaels Raw. And my sister had the opportunity of being in that company. And before they went on tour in Europe, they held this big dress rehearsal, and I got to go see it before they went, like, you know, overseas. And I had never seen females so powerful and so strong-willed and just so aggressive. It didn't look like what you think dance is at first. it's athletic, it's super powerful. It was just all these women throwing their bodies, and they had so much passion behind them that I looked at my sister and I was like, not only do I want to be a dancer, but this is going to be my career, and I want to change girls and men's life like how she changed my life at that moment. And so my
And you were how old then?
I was 11, and it's kind of crazy, but I even went home and I told my mother, I was like, I'm going to do this for a living. This is what I want to do. And she was like, I wasn't even in dance lessons at the time. And I was like, this is what I strive to be. And I want to inspire others. So Hollywood wasn't even about anything to me at the time. You know, it was really about inspiring kids and bringing them up like how I got lifted up by my sister.
That's incredible. Wow. Well, how did you end up here? How did you end up in LA? Was it So You Think You Can Dance, or was there something prior to that?
Well, before So You Think You Can Dance, I had done the High School Musical film for Disney. You wouldn't even recognize me, though. I had very, very dark curly hair and braces.
Did they come casting in Utah?
They came casting in Utah. Kenny Ortega was the choreographer, and he's incredible. Oh my God. If you are a dancer, you have to know who Kenny Ortega is, and hopefully one day in your life you'll be able to work with him, because he's got this like fiery, like contagious energy that's just incredible.
You can't even explain it.
No,
it's magic being in a room with him.
I like to take the idea that, like, if you imagined your father dancing and put this amazing passion of love of dance behind it, that's how Kenny Ortega kind of is. I know that sounds crazy, but that's real to me.
It's true.
No, but when I was growing up, so I was on tour with the Convention Dance Alliance, and one of the faculty, Joey Dowling, her and her sister, they've been very, very big influences in my life, Jackie and Joey Dowling. And Jackie thought it would be a very good idea for me to go audition for this new show that was coming on TV. And I was like, well, I have no idea what this is. I still hadn't turned 18 when she told me about it. So I was like, I can't even audition. They're not coming to Utah. How would I get there? But she was like, no, Allie. She goes, if there was any spot for you in dance, this would be it. You know, she's like, you're not really Broadway. She's like, you don't really know how to sing. So she kind of told me you're real. She was like, you don't know how to sing.
Appreciate those people that keep it real.
But she was like, this is going to showcase all sorts of styles of dance. You're going to have to learn quick. You're going to also be thrown into TV in LA and whatever. She's like, you have a fantastic personality. And that's coming from one of my teachers. So I was like, sure. So my parents picked up and they drove me to LA for the auditions for So You Think You Can Dance, season 2.
That is a commitment right there.
It's a very, very big commitment. It was my first audition ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was a baby, and I kind of feel grateful that I was so young, though, because parts of me feel like I watch a lot of the auditions now. And I feel like there's such a pressure on these people because they're like, this is their life goal. They've been watching So You Think You Can Dance for 10 years now. And their motivation is, I'm going to do this. And sometimes I feel you can see it. So I try to tell people what helped me. I'm not going to tell you what to do for you, but what helped me get on the show is almost that vulnerability of, I'm just here to experience. I'm just here to learn. I'm here to audition for the first time, and hopefully there could be something from this.
Well, I think you've hit on something super important in that, you know, as you and I both know, auditioning, not everybody's going to get every single job.
Yes.
And going in with the expectation that this is going to change your life, this one particular job, or all of those expectations creates a situation where you can be really let down, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's important what you said. Go in and just enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
Take it in. Yeah.
So I feel like that really helped me because I was going in almost blind. I was going in being like, you know, this would be really cool. My teacher told me I was perfect for this. So let's just go see what this is, you know? And my parents have always been very supportive of dance, and they're kind of on this roller coaster ride with me too. So they were very excited. And Jeff Thacker casted me onto So You Think You Can Dance, and I've kind of been here ever since.
Incredible. What was the experience like for you?
Being a contestant on season 2 was a blast. It was so much fun. I mean, waking up every single morning and taking from choreographers I've always looked up to now, like, and some of them I had the opportunity of working with on a convention level, but seeing them in their work now, seeing them like create on me is a totally different experience, you know? So I went into it being like, I'm gonna enjoy this ride, you know, this is so much fun. I was lucky enough to be on a season though where I knew a lot of the other contestants. So I feel like our family had already been a family that just got stronger on season 2. You know, I had already known Travis, I had already known Natalie, Joy Spears, Ben Susak. There's all these dancers that I've known for so many years, and it was really fun. And honestly, the experience changed my life. It really, not only in the dance world, but it really made me have to commit to who I am and what I believe in, you know? So I got really great dance, but then also made me grow up very, very
I was going to ask you, what
fast.
was your big one takeaway? So to be that you had to grow up.
Yeah, I had to grow up, and I had to believe in myself, because you have to remember as an audience that it's not just, oh my gosh, they're under a lot of pressure to learn these numbers. We're being judged by America if we look good, if they like our hairstyle, if they think our bodies look good, if they like the costume, which isn't even on us, but do they like the costume or not? Because people are going to talk about it. And so being fresh out of high school, never doing any other work, that's a lot of pressure on someone. So you have to either let it take you over and you can be emotional about it, or you grow strong from it and be like, wow, well, I still am who I am, whether you like it or not, because this is what I stand for.
Sure. Right, absolutely. That's a great lesson to learn, especially at a young age.
Yeah.
You know, you've been on the show for years now,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
All-Star season 7.
To be honest, I feel like I'm like the veteran. So you think you can dance? There's a few of us though.
Yeah.
There's a few of us that have ever since our season been on every single season, and I'm
Which
one of
is
them.
amazing.
Yeah, you know, I've made guest appearances. So I was a contestant on season 2, and then whether it be assisting people, doing specialty group numbers, coming on with artists. I've been on seasons 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It really ages me though, saying it like that. But yeah, being an all-star seasons, you know, the 7 through now 10, that's a totally different experience than being a contestant. And actually one that I prefer.
Less pressure?
No. Not less pressure, different pressure. You know, now our job isn't to try to, you know, get America to vote for us, but we're there to be the strong unit for these contestants and make sure that they feel strong. Because if you think about it, the competition is about those contestants. I can't fail them. If I fail them, then they might not get voted back on. That's a lot of pressure on us, you know? But it's one that I really thrive on.
You do.
I love that type of pressure because I think it keeps me on my feet. You know, I've done so much work here in LA now and so much TV and film, but now this is a pressure of like, really, I have to care for someone else and not just myself. Because it's not about me competing and just being a soloist. This is about like a team of people, you know, and I feel like I like to be a quality for those kids that they can feel strong with me and they can look for me like for guidance.
So you met your husband on So You Think You Can Dance. Tell me about that.
On season 7, Twitch was also an all-star, and I'll tell you, the moment I became an all-star and I saw him in his first rehearsal, the crush was there. I was uberly like googly-eyed for him. He's so precious. We started dating at the rap party of that show. So literally season 7 ended, and I found who is now my husband today.
Incredible. And you recently got married, right? A few months ago.
I got married in December to Steven, which you guys know him as Twitch. But yeah, we got married, and our party, oh my goodness, our wedding was amazing. It was magical. It was so much love in the air. A lot of our family was there, our friends from home in the past, and our new dance friends now. I mean, it looked like the biggest dance party ever. I mean, we had so many people from Step Up, Hit the Floor, the show I'm on now. So You Think You Can Dance all seasons. It was great, you know.
Clearly, the show changed your life in more ways than one.
It gave me my family to this day.
Amazing. Current projects, what are you working on right now?
Right now, I am filming the show, Hit the Floor. It's on VH1. It's a scripted series, so it's really cool that I get to explore my acting now along with my dancing. But it's pretty much, you want to think the idea of like LA Laker girls with a professional basketball team. So it's a team of girls that the story is about. It's about our team unit and, you know, the drama that goes on into like, you know, choreographing dance moves and performing each week for the games and, you know, the different players and boyfriends and girlfriends and those relationships. And so I get to now act and play a part, and it's I have the experience of playing parts from So You Think You Can Dance, but that's on like a reality scale, so I'm still who I am. Where this, I definitely play up a character. My name is Charlie on the show.
That's so fun. When does it come out?
It will be premiering its second season, May 26th of this year. Also, I did a film with Derek Huff and Boa. She's a Korean pop star. It's called Make Your Move 3D, and I'm in that as well. I'm one of the Kobu girls, which that's what the story is about, is us in like our team unit. And that premieres April 18th here in the States.
Incredible. Congratulations on all your successes.
Thank you
so
so much.
Amazing. I want to pick your brain on so many other things. For the young dancers out there watching, what advice do you have for them for those that want to have a dance career, whether it's in Hollywood or not?
I think the biggest thing for a dancer in this generation is to remember that research is incredible. Having the internet, having YouTube, and being able to see all these dancers and all the different styles out there is amazing. You should definitely do all your research. But don't let that take away from you and who you are inside that dancer, because now I feel like we have a lot of dancers that are trying to be other people. We have a lot of dancers trying to look like Ian Eastwood or Wildebeest or Jordan Jones, instead of being who you are. You can be inspired by those people, you know, and those little dance stars, but remember who you are, because you might be the next one. But if you don't know who you are, then you're not gonna be able to be that person. You have to be really strong-willed in your own body.
Very insightful. That's great. Thank you so much for sitting down today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you.
That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching Inside Dance, this special edition with Allison Holker.